Joker pulled me by the arm and made me face the mirror.
Amelie, you go first.
Joker, aren't you coming with me? Joker did not even glance in my direction while my panic continued. He then softly spoke to me.
I was planning on going back with you, but it looks like I'm going to be a little late. I'll keep the spinner of tails busy, so you go ahead.
What? No, I can't.
Wait for me. I'll be there before you know it.
Joker confidently stated as he grinned from ear to ear. He then pushed me into the mirror. Joker! I desperately reached out to him. However, my body was mercilessly drawn into the mirror. I ended up being completely sucked into the mirror while looking at Joker's back as he faced the spinner of tails. My body kept falling. I endlessly descended, tumbling down into a dark, bottomless pit. A few days passed. I somehow managed to safely return to the real world. I touched the mirror that I came through, thinking how it all happened. Any way you look at it, it was just an ordinary mirror. Even if this mirror could lead me to Wonderland, I wouldn't be able to go back. The spinner of tails would certainly notice if I returned. He would capture me, erase my memories, and trap me in Wonderland. I wouldn't want that. So would he. That was why I just have to believe in Joker. He told me to wait for him, that he'd be here soon. Those words were what got me through the day.
Oh, hey!
All of a sudden, a girl called out to me. She had such a kind glow in her eyes that really complimented her serene personality. Have we met before? I wonder who she is. I was puzzled, simply unable to figure it out.
So,
She looked like she was trying to tell me something, but searching for the right words.
no, never mind. I feel like it's not my right to say.
Huh? What are you talking about? She walked away with a smile, leaving me baffled. What was all that about? There was something behind that smile of hers, which confused me even more. This park brings me back. I used to come here a lot when I was a child. I often played with Joker here. Just thinking about it made me giggle. I was soon met with overwhelming loneliness. Joker. The only place I could be with him was in my heart. Just then, I heard the cheerful voices of some children. I glanced around until I saw a young man showing a little boy and girl magic. All I could see was the kids' puffy eyes, as if they were crying. Is he trying to cheer them up with a trick? How sweet. The young man swung his arms around in an over-exaggerated manner. With a bang, a bag of sweets appeared out of nowhere. Ah!
Wow! That was amazing!
That was crazy!
What just happened? That didn't look like a magic trick. That looked like magic.
Do it again!
Yeah, do it again!
Alright, but just one more time, okay?
Yay!
He smirked, beautifully manipulated the deck of cards, and performed another breathtaking trick. Thereupon, bright red flowers started to bloom from the young man's hands. What? A certain memory immediately flashed through my mind.
I'll teach you some magic.
You mean like a magic trick?
Well, you could say that.
Joker put his hands together, took a deep breath, and opened his hands. Thereupon, bright red flowers started to bloom from Joker's hands. Wow! That was wonderful! Joker? The young man turned around in my direction. His clothes were different, but there was no way I'd mistake those rosy eyes. I instinctively leapt into the arms of the one I loved.
Amelie. So this is where you were.
Joker tightly held me in his arms, despite the fact that I'd basically tackled him. The kids were probably taken aback by the sudden turn of events. All we could see now was each other. You made it to the real world.
Yeah, you saved me a lot of time from looking for you.
When did you get here?
A little before you found me, actually.
Joker gazed at me with his strikingly beautiful rosy eyes that hadn't changed a bit.
When I entered the mirror in Wonderland, it took me to this park. Amelie, we used to play here a lot when we were younger.
Yeah, we did. This park held a special place in our hearts.
And to think that we would be reunited here.
Joker closed one eye in a mischievous manner and smugly whispered,
It must be fate tying us together.
I couldn't keep my lips from curling upward. You're right. It's fate. I deeply nodded back, filled with bliss. The first thing I did was bringing Joker back to my house to ask him what happened. I asked him what ended up happening to Wonderland, the Spinner of Tales, and everyone else.
It's a long story, Amelie. It'd probably be better if you went and saw things for yourself.
What? Is that even okay?
Of course.
As soon as he touched the mirror in my bedroom, his hand started to be drawn in immediately.
Alright, let's go.
What? I took Joker's hand and leapt right into the mirror without giving it a second thought.
Ah! It's Amelie! Amelie, I say!
Wow! Amelie is back!
The first to welcome us were the twins, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Seeing how excited they were to see me automatically drew a smile across my face.
Glad you're looking good, Amelie.
Kyle, with a caring smile on his face, found us as well. Thanks for the hint back then, Kyle. I couldn't have gotten out of the forest without you.
Hint? What could you be talking about?
Kyle's caring smile deepened as he tilted his head to the side.
All I remember is you two ignoring my advice and having no problem finding the exit. I was disappointed. I was really hoping that you would stay lost for a bit.
Oh, Kyle, why can't you just be honest? We continued to stand around and talk away, and yet the Spinner of Tales never showed up. I'm so glad you're all well, but can somebody finally tell me what's going on in Wonderland right now? I asked, flooded with bewilderment. Joker nodded.
Let's go somewhere we can relax. How about Alice's house?
All right.
What? Amelie? You guys are leaving already?
Can we come with you?
Tweedledum, we can't do that. These two lovebirds need some time alone.
Oh, you're right. Well, I guess it can't be helped.
I'm really sorry. Let's make sure to spend time together again real soon.
Yeah!
The twins saw us off as we walked away. Perhaps Wonderland has undergone some major changes. I picked up the pace while my heart was full of curiosity. Only a few days had gone by since I was here at Alice's house, but it felt really nostalgic. It felt as if I'd been away for years.
This tale, the tale of Wonderland, has already started to transform. Because after you left, Wonderland lost Alice, its protagonist.
What happened to the Spinner of Tales?
He disappeared.
Joker was straightforward with delivering this shocking news. I tried to remain calm and carefully pressed him for more details. You mean he is gone for good? Or do you mean he is just hiding somewhere?
At first, I was leaning more towards the idea that he was only hiding for the time being. However, the rules that governed everyone in Wonderland disappeared as well. It looks like the Spinner of Tales no longer exists in Wonderland. So right now, it's complete chaos in Wonderland. There were even people who got scared and fell into despair. The Queen of Hearts and the Chess King worked extremely hard getting everyone to finally relax.
I see. I never imagined that my choice to return to the real world would have such a big impact on Wonderland. As I instinctively lowered my gaze, Joker gently spoke up as if he knew how I felt.
Amelie, None of this is your fault, you know. Everyone is finally emancipated. There are so many people who are thankful for what you did.
Thank you, Joker. Hearing him thank me made me feel a little better. A few moments went by while I tried to take in and process everything he said. I understand that everyone went through a lot, but I was extremely worried about you, you know. Do you know how long I waited? I was so worried that something happened to you. I pouted, getting out everything that was bothering me. Thereupon, Joker let out a bitter laugh, as if he were troubled.
You don't need to sulk, you know.
You should be glad that's all I'm doing, after how long you made me wait.
You have a point.
After nodding back in apparent agreement, Joker continued in a slightly serious tone.
I know this is just an excuse, but I was concerned about what happened to the Spinner of Tales. I had to be careful. What if he were just hiding, waiting for me to fall into his trap? That's why I didn't want to carelessly go see you. I didn't want you to get hurt, so please cheer up, Amelie.
Joker embarrassedly smiled as he looked to see how I'd react. I stared back at him, right in the eye. My heart was filled with fear and worry while I waited for him. I trusted Joker, but I still couldn't ignore the possibility that something horrible could have happened. I was so scared. That was why I was so happy to see him safe and sound. I'm just so glad that we're together again. As I poured my heart out to Joker, his face broke into a smile as if he were relieved. He then began to speak with a slightly sarcastic tone.
I didn't want to tell you this, but after you went back to the real world, the mirror connecting our worlds disappeared.
What? That giant mirror disappeared?
Yeah, that mirror most likely appeared in response to your feelings, Amelie. So after you left Wonderland, it disappeared along with you.
That means...
It took me a while to figure out how to make that mirror reappear.
And why didn't you want to have to say this? Joker bashfully scratched his head.
And that's because I wasn't able to get that mirror to reappear no matter how hard I tried. So I had to ask the Queen of Hearts for help. Pretty embarrassing, huh?
You think? I cracked a smile, for he was full of sighs. When I hear how hard you worked to come to the real world for me, it makes me fall in love with you all over again. You're the most amazing person I know.
Really?
Joker appeared to be taken by surprise by what I said as I playfully winked at him. Seeing Joker blush was so adorable. I was really lonely without you, I quietly muttered, to which Joker gently held me in his arms. Just like when he was warming me up.
Me too, Amelie. You can't even imagine how much I've wanted to hold you like this. And I'm never going to let you go.
I smiled and asked him a question. Whether we're in the real world or in Wonderland, would you always be by my side?
Of course.
His immediate response brought me so much joy.
The Spinner of Tales tore us apart when we were kids, but we've finally been reunited. We also got back our precious memories that we once lost. So, this is truly the beginning of our tale.
Our tale? What kind of tale would that be? I asked him with a smile. Joker then grinned from ear to ear and said confidently,
The tale of love. With a happy ending too, of course.
With a cheerful smile, Joker leaned in and gently kissed me. He assured me thoroughly I could now live with the one I loved for the rest of my life. This future was our tale. A tale that was filled with happiness and love. Until the very end.